Hi everyone, my name is Gia Peppers. I'm an on-air talent and entertainment journalist, originally from Washington, D.C., so shout out to the DMV in the building, living in Brooklyn for the past almost decade. So I love Brooklyn too, and I'm so excited that we are here together again, virtually and in person, for the third annual I Am C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D Fundraising Gala event. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really wish I could be there in person, but I'm gonna be back next year. This has been my favorite thing to do and to be a part of because of the students, because of the people that we get to feature and get to know, and because of the heart of the incredible Karmia Berry for creating experiences like this for our youth to be able to experience and touch other cultures, be a part of other cultures. I know we all know growing up, is not easy, and especially in this day and age, 2020 tried to take us all out, but I know that it affected the youth differently because they had to stay in school online and they had to not see their friends and really understand what it's like to be in the house all the time. And none of us liked it, but I just want to shout out to the students in the building tonight. You all are the true MVPs. Shout out to you for staying on classes, to getting through another year. Shout out to all the graduates in the building. We are so proud of you and so ready to see what you do and become in this world. And of course, I can't let this night move forward without shouting out all of the people in the building. If 2020 taught us anything, it taught us that we are resilient and so much better when we come together. And my favorite part of watching one of the light spots of watching people move through 2020 was seeing how people showed up for others, seeing how people took care of our elderly folks and ensured that the people who had to go to work every day did feel supported. Shout out to our frontline workers that were in hospitals, but also in our grocery stores and driving people to work every day. For the folks who didn't have the choice, we honor you and we see you and we're so thankful for you. I just want to send thoughts and prayers also to anyone who lost anyone in this past year. 2020 took a lot from us. And as we all recover, I hope that we are truly, truly, truly present in these moments where we can come together, because as we all know, tomorrow is not promised. And, I hope we get to have a whole good lit summer, but also an intentional summer. And that's, I think, what 2020 gave me. Though it took so much, it gave me intentionality. It gave me refocusing. he gave me, a lot in varying ways. And so again, when we say it's an honor to have you here tonight, virtually or in person, we mean it. We thank you so much for being here. And can we just get a round of applause for all of you all tonight? Because I'm sure the outfits are crazy in the building. One thing I know is that people do not show up to the I Am Cultured Gala without a whole fit. That's why I had to put on my good virtual vibes. But round of applause for you all for slaying and coming through. We have an incredible night for you all tonight. So as we are getting ready to move through with the evening, I want to make sure that, again, everybody knows we are here for fundraising, for really supporting the students and honoring what they can do and become in this world, because it's up to us as a community, again, to support all of these incredible visions and to support people with, again, the heart and the mind to care like Karmia Berry does. We love you, Karmia. And can we do just a quick round of applause for Karmia Berry? I just love doing that. We love you. So proud of you, sis. Okay. So again, welcome to the 3rd annual I Am Cultured Gala, Fundraising Gala. The Fundraising Gala will be a night of celebration of culture, excellence, and resilience. And we, again, are so ready to continue this incredible organization's efforts to let the youth experience things outside of their blocks, outside of where their train goes, so it can really expand and elevate their own perspectives on life, which is so important. And I think that's why I support I Am Cultured for the most part, other than just seeing the students' faces, is knowing that their whole lives will change when they step foot in these incredible places that they might not have been able to visit without you all's support, without our support, and without Karmia Berry's vision. Congratulations to the 2020 and 2021 I Am Cultured honorees. We see you. Round of applause. We have to, of course, mention tonight's bold change makers, Andres Martin, Rom JB, Justin Johnson, and Metonya Webb. We have to mention our keynote speaker. Tonight we have Jessica Nabongo. She is the first Black woman to travel every country in the world. So one time for Jessica. Excited to see that. And of course, we would not be here without our students. Please, round of applause for our I Am Cultured students that we will hear from and be celebrating tonight as well. We are so proud of you guys. Before we continue to move throughout the night, I want to make sure I also recognize our gala sponsors. Shout out to DJ Chaos, who's provided the music for the evening. View Shields provided the face shields, very important. Essentia for providing the water. Grand Plaza Liquors that is located right in Brooklyn. Mantra brands you can find in your gift bags. The Sty Burger, also located in Brooklyn. The Eventologist, ACX Photo Booth Company, Royal Caribbean International and Royal Caribbean Group, Celebrity Cruises, United Airlines, Blinged by B, Flirty Physique, Ancestral Whisperer, shout out to you, love you. Des Apothecary, Iridescent NYC, Peridot Imagery, and D. Anthony Photography, and Lazarus Luxury Services. Thank you all so much for your sponsorship and for all the things that you are doing for tonight. We are so grateful to everyone who's involved in making this evening a success. So please make sure you visit the silent auction and merchandise table. There are obviously so many incredible experiences and moments that await you. So please go sign up, go bid. You know, this is one of the most important parts of the evening. It's the fundraising effort. 100% of the proceeds benefit the I Am Cultured organization. And then stop by the luggage tag activation. And don't forget to snap a few photos for the gram. Okay, you know you look good tonight. And you know you want everybody to see. So don't play. Go ahead and visit the photo booth. And when you do snap some moments or take some videos of tonight's events, make sure that you are tagging at I Am Cultured Inc. on all socials and using the hashtag I Am Cultured Gala. All right. So again, I'm so excited for this night to continue. So proud of the students. So ready to hear our fire, incredible, inspiring speakers and our bold change makers that are in the building tonight. But we've got to keep this night moving. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the founder and executive director, the reason why we're all here tonight, and one of my favorite people out here, Miss Karmia Berry.
A little over a year ago, I Am Cultured began 2020 together in the middle of our mentorship and college and career readiness series. Game night at the Barclays Center, talks of college, graduation, prom, and preparing for a trip to Italy filled our students with excitement. I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D was entering its 4th year of operation, and we just introduced our added program, Homecoming, which is an annual trip to the motherland. But then the world came to a halt. The unprecedented nature of last year reshaped our daily lives. It forced us to sit with ourselves and challenge out-of-the-box thinking. Community became vital, and we depended on the connection of our devices as we continued to move daily in uncertainty, holding on to hope as our driving force. We cheered on our frontline heroes, we took to the streets and to the polls, and we mourned. While the virus attacked lungs, a more familiar virus continued to wage war on Black lives. The deeply rooted racism and social inequality that we will continue to fight until we reach the highest level of equality to navigate through the devastation brought by the pandemic and ongoing systemic racism, the I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D organization was at risk. And because of our program needs, we had to pivot and find ways to still provide, because the Black and brown youth of our community needed us more than ever. I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D provides experiential learning through cross-cultural experiences, community service, and skill development workshops. Our work is more than the surface idea of travel. We are transforming the lives of young people through the power of travel. Our holistic approach to mentorship is empowering those who will shape the world. In 3 years, I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D has traveled 16,246 miles between 3 countries. We provided 170 hours of community service, local and abroad, and 938 hours of development workshops. But in 2020, our annual Fundraising Gala was canceled, as well as our summer travel program. Programming had to move online, which then led our enrollment to drop from 35 students to 8. But we continued to support our remaining students and our community. We provided gourmet meals by Chef Jeff to our frontline healthcare heroes. We amplified Black voices. We celebrated our 6 high school graduates and awarded 4 graduates with the Corey Anderson College Scholarship. We registered eligible teens to vote. We brought 30 Black-led businesses together on the Black Lives Matter mural in Brooklyn for our very first Community Day. We hosted a youth digital travel summit with North Star Travel Group and a youth wellness retreat with Ancestral Whisperer. We had to keep moving, fueled by the youth we meet, because we live through their experiences with them. For the student who sold candy as a fundraiser and only raised $20, and it was $100 for her spot, but we held it. For the guardian who chose I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D to provide a fresh perspective and possibility because her youth was dealing with trauma. And for the student who raised money for her trip and then selflessly asked for the refund to support her parents' health bills. A promise was made to them, and we will fulfill that promise. There are many other stories, but this is why we party for a purpose. This is why we ask for support throughout the year. We are on the side of hope and possibilities. We are here to create and build with others. We are here to cause good trouble because history has its eyes on us. We have a responsibility to act, and we are humanity's best hope for survival, which I believe to be true, or you all would not be in this room tonight. So, as we move through the evening, my call to action is just a request, one request. For each of you to think of one person in your network that may be able to support the forward movement of I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D. Maybe it's a donor, a corporate sponsor, or just somebody who shares our synergy. This organization is much bigger than me. The organization thrives because of the pure heart of its work and the people that it is connected to. I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D has expanded since the notes from my notebook. What was supposed to be only a summer travel program has turned into a year-round organization with monthly program. I am very thankful for the vision and the seed planted in me from small by my parents, my mother. I'm very thankful for the I AM C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D team. Y'all have been rocking out since 2017. I appreciate you. Way just to those who have supported us over the last 4 years, you have no idea my level of gratitude. So in closing, to our 2020, because these were our honorees from last year, okay? So for our 2021 honorees and our keynote speaker, you are exceptional examples of an authentic leadership rooted in the hope for humanity. I thank you and I applaud your resilience and your excellence. Your leadership is truly rooted in the hope for humanity, and I thank you. To our student ambassadors, in the back of the room, let's give it up for them. You all smashed your goals during the pandemic. You did it and you did it well, okay? Never forget what you're capable of. Remember this moment and it will take you far, I promise you that. We are super proud of you. We congratulate you. I sincerely hope you all enjoyed your evening. Tonight is a success because of you all being here tonight. And so now I am done. I'm done speaking. Okay, thank the Lord I got through it. And I ask you to please turn your attentions back to the screen as we spotlight some of our supporters.
Hi, good evening. My name is Emily, and my why for supporting I Am Cultured is I was able to see firsthand. Hi, good evening. My name is Emily, and my why for supporting I Am Cultured is I was able to see firsthand the impact that I Am Cultured has on a teen. My cousin Rakim was a participant / youth ambassador with I Am Cultured. I Am Cultured allowed Rakim to travel abroad. Rakim was able to step outside of his immediate surroundings. Rakim traveled to Belize in 2018, and then he also traveled to Ghana in 2019. Now, I believe that I Am Cultured came into Rakim's life at a very imperative, impressionable time. And for me, being a guardian, I was happy to see that he was involved with a program that was nurturing and inspirational and motivational. It was more than travel with us and I Am Cultured. Rakim received immense support. Rakim received mentorship. He was able to participate in different community service initiatives. He formed new friendships. He even discovered his passion for photography. I mean, I can go on and on about the support that he received, that we received while he participated with I Am Culture, and even today, the support that we received. But just know that we are so grateful and so thankful for everyone at I Am Culture. Thank you to Karmia. Thank you to Miss Melissa, to Miss Shay, to everyone at I Am Cultured. We thank you.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Smith, and I have been a supporter and donor of I Am Culture since its inception, and my why is very simple. I love to travel. In the simplest terms, it makes me extremely happy. And I was very fortunate to get that travel bug very early on in age. And I believe that those experiences that I gained by traveling the world with my family definitely made me, a well-rounded individual. It gave me exposure to different cultures, environments that definitely opened my mind to just a diverse world we live in. And I applaud the I Am Cultured family and Karmia Berry for all of the work and the tireless work that they've done just to expose our youth to the world outside of our New York radius.
My name is Rich, and I support I Am Culture because I believe that travel is a door that once opened can never be closed. And on the other side of that door is discovery, curiosity, change, challenge, tenacity, confidence, community, and most importantly, growth. Travel has been a crucial aspect of my life and upbringing, and I know that the exposure to the different countries, cultures, and customs has had a profound impact on my development as a student, human, and global citizen. In 2018, I had the opportunity to travel with I Am Culture to Belize, And as much as I've seen in my lifetime, there is nothing like seeing the world through the eyes of the youth. Their excitement, their amazement, their curiosity, the sound of the laughter when experiencing something new, something different is a memory and feeling that will stay with me and with them forever. I've seen firsthand the impact that walking through that door has had on our youth, and know that in order to keep it open, we have to support, we have to give. So when you ask why I support, it's so that door never closes and more of our youth have the opportunity to let the world be their classroom.
Hi, my name is Constance Panton, and I am the owner of 50s Gifts. 50s is an e-commerce platform that allows everyone, regardless of skin color, sex, to send a gift featuring all Black-owned brands. We started 50s in 2016 as a gift exchange in a way to send a collective hug to our community. And then in 2020, we officially launched as an e-commerce store so that individuals can give gifts featuring Black-owned brands all year round. Philanthropy was always embodied into our business model, so it was never a question of why, but it was a question of who. And I did run across an article in Essence magazine that featured purpose passports and I Am Cultured. And as a traveler, an avid traveler as myself, I know the value in experiencing other cultures and the appreciation it gives you. And I wanted to be able to support that. And in supporting I Am Cultured, I'm able to help give that gift to the youth that they serve.
During the pandemic, nonetheless, to give back to our community. We talk a lot about generational wealth and stuff like that, but generational knowledge is also very important. And I believe that kids who travel are pretty much likely going to be parents who encourage children to travel. You know, that was my experience. My parents, they're from Jamaica, so as a kid, we would always go to Jamaica, but that was still travel, you know, it was still experiencing different cultures. And when I saw what Karmia and the team were doing, I said, you know what? Even before I formed 50s, as a gift exchange in like 2019, I still wanted to support I Am Culture. So when I was in a position to do more, we did more. And we thank you and we'll continue to support. Thank you.
I was asked to speak about being a bold change maker. And two words come to mind. My grandmother always said to me, rise above. Woo. And when I think about that, each, every you, we have all risen above this year and last year and all the years going forward. So remember to always, always, always rise above, but don't just rise above with love. As we honor the honorees tonight, the amazing one, give it up for them, please. We're also honoring all of you, because once again, they rose above, and so did we. Give it up for them one more time. I'll be back again soon.
Good evening to all, good evening. I would like to take this time to give a very special thanks to the entire I Am Cultured Incorporated organization. Thank you all so much, Karmia, Shatera, the entire I Am Cultured team. I am so humbled, so thankful to be receiving the Community Impact Award on behalf of HBCU Night. This is truly a blessing. And as I'm sitting here, I'm calculating the final calculations of our metrics for 2020. And I can't help but to take a moment to be filled with gratitude simply because, well, I'm still here. And I think about the obstacles it took for our scholars to get where they are and the journey it took for our team to reach the level of impact that we've reached. You know, right before the pandemic, it was sacrifice. It wasn't just mental preparation. It was more than the balance of communications and deliverables for preparation, for running an 11-city tour while simultaneously balancing my executive MBA at Howard. But right before the pandemic, it was megabuses from city to city. Not booking hotels. Nah, the budget didn't allow that. But rather, hopping out of Ubers in each city to shower at local gyms, to prepare for these long shifts at these arenas, only to help create an atmosphere with opportunity, impact, and HBCU pride. All on the road, too. Talking about Brooklyn to DC, DC to Charlotte, Charlotte to Memphis, Memphis to Atlanta, and after Atlanta was Chicago. You know, then there was March 14th. That was right around the corner. It was supposed to be Philly. Stop number 7. But then our tour took a turn into a dark cloud called the pandemic. And after 6 out of 11 stops, the tour was canceled. You know, 2020 has shown us all unprecedented circumstances, with change in everyday routines to losses. This took us all by storm quickly, but it taught us a valuable lesson about time and adaptation. Time, of course, meaning life is precious. Hug your families. Tell them that you love them. Live in the moment with them. And for our team's mission, it also meant we had to figure out how to prep the class of 2024 for Decision Day and prep the class of 2025 for fairs. But how? So late night thinking led to fruition of an event called A Digital World. The solution was simple: virtual events with impact and entertainment. Primarily, we focused on free virtual presentations for prospective college students. Essentially, we've transfigured the college fair experience to the digital landscape. Instead of walking from table to table, high school seniors were simply clicking from channel to channel for free. Our goal was to help facilitate up to $10 million offered in scholarships on our platform. And because of our resilience, commitment to our cause, respect to time, and adaptation, we've reached over 1,200 cities, over 3,500 high schools, over 38,000 digital attendees, and of those reported, our scholars have received a total over $52 million in scholarships offered. With that said, I present a message to our future leaders. To all the underdogs out there, to all the dreamers, there are high rewards for taking risks, for having faith in yourself, and for having patience. No opinion can clock your inner genius or change your upward trajectory. So remember that. Time is the most valuable commodity on earth. Once it is gone, you cannot get it back. Therefore, leave a legacy with the time you have. Seek meaningful ground-level impressions, relationships, and impact over titles. Learn to appreciate your failures. For every second of work you put leading into those failures will also count towards your growth and biggest victories. So I say go after your dreams, because the world is yours, and because you deserve a seat at the table, wherever you sit at, even if you bring your own table. Again, to Karmia, thank you so much. To the I Am Culture family, thank you so much. I really wish I was able to be here in person, but this award right here is appreciated beyond measure. I'm humbled for the acknowledgement. Congratulations to the other honorees, and to all the I Am Cultured scholars. Continue to let the world be your classroom. Thank you.
My son required more academic support.
I wanted extra help for my son in school and to keep him ahead.
Being that I'm a busy mother and I have a hectic schedule, I was really appreciative of the fact that RJB, they worked with my schedule and they were able to come into my home to provide services for my daughter.
Dropping off my child to a place and just leaving them and walking away was not an option for me. It feels safe to have your tutor come to your home. The fears I had about hiring a tutor is having that tutor connect with my child. How is that tutor going to deliver that information that he required?
His first tutor, she made such an impact on my son. My son can be very hard on himself, but all the tutors that he has provided me with have been highly educated, very patient. Flexibility, I can't say enough about that.
I was able to check my daughter's progress with the digital tutoring folder. I was able to see how she grew from the time that she started with the tutor up until now.
Giving me an update as to where my child was, what his weaknesses were, and also developing on his strengths. My son started when he was in the 6th grade all the way until he was in the 12th grade. I've seen progress with my son. As far as payments, he was very flexible with payments. And a lot of times people say you get what you paid for, but I didn't have to pay an exuberant amount of money to get a top-notch tutor. All the tutors truly care about children, so it was a team effort. The tutor is always there to answer those questions, whether it be FaceTime or a phone call or an email. So I appreciate that. So that's why I recommend RJB.
Good evening, everyone. Great evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you, and also I want to make sure I say good evening to those people that are joining me virtually, because I know you couldn't be here, but we appreciate you. And I want to thank all the other honorees for being here. And no one knew 2020 was going to be the way it turned out to be. But what I've learned when it came to 2020 is really perseverance, the importance of perseverance. There we go. Because every single one of us had challenges. Every single one of us knew someone that lost someone. Every single one of us knew someone that their career had to be altered, or they had to change things around in order to feed their families, be there for the loved ones. And I'm standing here being very thankful and humble. And I want to thank Karmia for this opportunity, for creating this organization, and your team for executing an excellent event. The I Am Culture team definitely deserves it. And I stand here, Mrs. Gail, please stand up. Because I wanna make sure that you see how everything comes in full circle. Mrs. Gail, when we first started tutoring, RJB Tutoring, was one of our very first parents that believed in us. And Christopher Gale, stand up please. He started with us when he was in the 6th grade. 6th grade. Now he grew to be a very handsome, strong young man. And look at that suit. He just graduated University of Albany. He received his degree in business, correct? In economics? Yeah. He's nervous, part of him. And his teacher that recommended him to us was Mr. Dureska. When we first started, we started as an in-home service. I used to teach for 10 years in the New York City Department of Education, and I noticed the fact that our students were not getting the attention that they needed in the classroom. So I had to find a way in order to help them in home, working with them one-on-one. When the pandemic happened, of course, we already know everything went virtually. And thank God we're able to adapt to the virtual learning in order to provide the services that we needed for our students. And one of our tutors, Naomi, the tutors that we work with, and she is described as being godsend. And I want to thank you once again for this opportunity, for this award, and thank you, Melissa, for nominating.
Ladies and gentlemen, now introducing the Humanitarian Award honoree, Justin Johnson.
At Kicks for the City, it's all about the hustle, the people, the cause. It's all for one. Kicks for the City is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 2012, where we focus simply on just trying to provide shoes for those in need. Whether it's with the youth shelters or maybe public schools in the city, along with adult homeless shelters. In each city, we'll have drop-off locations where we bring some excitement to the community.
And in a city like Chicago, we know the importance of having comfortable shoes, warm shoes. We spend about 9 months out the year in like below 60-degree weather, which is why this year we wanted to strive to get newer shoes, better quality shoes for the residents, especially in Chicago.
And then we have a very, very special volunteer night, which happens in 7 cities on the same night to really prepare for us to be able to distribute those shoes effectively. You'll start off with certain stations where you'll disinfect shoes. You'll see shoes being cleaned and wiped. Shoes will be sorted by size. We'll make sure we have socks along with them and bags so that then we can provide an experience the next day. It's special to see so many people leveraging their influence to try to collect shoes, to just simply distribute them to those in need. I think what really caught our attention for Fair Day, the higher population of homeless students. This was a school we wanted to target because we understand how things simple as shoes can really create confidence for these kids.
The power of footwear is just everything. You know, I remember when I was a kid, you know, when you get a brand new pair of shoes, your mom gave them to you, your whole swag just changes. So I feel like when we give those shoes to the less fortunate, it just does that, you know, tenfold.
I know we talk about this all for one motto. Kicks for the City really embodies that. There's so many different people all coming together for one cause, for one purpose. And that's why at Kicks for the City, we're changing the face of charity one shoe at a time.
I said if y'all excited for a forum in the Museum of Science and Industry, I need you to make some noise. Now I know that most of us are probably admiring each other's shoes and everybody look good. All y'all look good. But as you look at somebody else's shoes and appreciate what they did, don't forget to look at your own. Don't forget to look at your feet because you know where you've been. You know what it took for you to get to this moment. Only you understand your journey, so pay attention to your feet tonight as well.
Now the first thing I'm gonna do is make sure I end in about a minute or two, so we can get more about that. Congratulations to you, brother. Congratulations. But no, first and foremost, I don't know if I'm gonna pull this up or not, but one of the things I will say is I really should have come up here with a team. You know, like half of the room over here is family, but they're also a big part of the movement that we saw. You know, first giving thanks to the man above, definitely a believer, but then also, you know, to my parents, the foundation, the people around me, and then also thank you to Karmia and this organization that has brought us here today. You know, one of the things I kind of say, and I'm gonna keep it quick, all right, bro? I promise it's gonna be quick, because y'all know me, but, you know, one of the things about doing this here is it's tough. We used to host a gala called the Agora Sneaker Ball in Chicago. We'd have about 1,500 people there. And it was hard asking for money, but we needed it, right? So as much as I'm up here and I'm accepting an award and I'm extremely grateful for this, I really think about when Karmia asked everybody in this room, you know, how can you support I Am Culture? And I remember one of the things we were very prideful on is, you know, bringing young folks that look like us together to give back for philanthropy, because we didn't see that growing up. A lot of times we thought in order to give back or to practice altruism, we felt you had to have gray hair or have deep pockets. But one of the things we did is we said, let's bring folks together and figure out how we can support with our resources, with the folks we know, with our talents. So that's what I really want to just say today. I'm very grateful for this award. This is not all me. This thing started with a relationship. I met a homeless man in St. Louis about 8 years ago We did one kind of organic shoe drive in St. Louis and East St. Louis, where we from. I moved to Chicago, my cousin, all this family. But it was because of him, because he said, yo, let's keep this thing going. And we were able to turn an idea from a relationship into a nonprofit where we serve 9 markets. We distributed over 100,000 pairs of shoes to those in need. And we were able to go over to Ghana and distribute 300 pairs of brand new shoes to an Eastern village. And what I say about all that is, it allowed me to realize the importance of exposure. I'm almost done, I promise. But that said though, exposure is important. That's how we grow, and that's how we continue to evolve. So thank you all. That word altruism is the unselfish concern for the welfare of others. That's what we're here for today. Thank you all to I Am Culture. Thank you for the award. And you all have a good night.
Ladies and
always, all day.
I'm always professional.
Black girl magic, always. I'm here at the Audacity Fest.
Intentional about employing writers of color.
And hope that along the way, I'm lifting other Black creatives up. Journey. Have a safe flight. Roaming with Juno. You scared? You like it? Go Journey. So tell me about the restaurant here.
This is one of my favorite places because the boss is a Black woman.
Yes.
And it's so inspired because she's so young.
It's here. Ooh, this looks delicious. I don't know where I'm at right now. So, send help! If you had no interest or you don't know about the island, please allow this to be your introduction. I promise you, y'all, I'm speechless.
You're literally going to feel it in your blood, in your soul, that you're connected to these folks that are so far away from you. Sharing culture, sharing traditions, and sharing food.
You are the one, you are the one, you are the one. I'm reminding you, just in case nobody else has told you, you, my dear, you are the one. I'm ready, y'all. Baby mama harder than a lot of you. Good evening. So I'm a storyteller. I wrote you guys a little story. So my speech is unconventional. I'm very honored this evening to be here. This is truly a blessing. To God be the glory. I couldn't have done any of this without him and his guidance and just continuously having faith. When you travel, it's not necessarily for the faint of heart. I remember times when people would think that something was wrong with me, that I was seeking something or looking for something when I wanted to go and explore. They just didn't get it. And to be quite honest, I didn't care. I still went. So I'm gonna jump right into this. I remember my house being broken into when I lived in San Pedro, Belize. I remember stumbling back to my second floor walk-up on the lagoon after a wild night on the north side of the island. My front door was ajar. I remember the fear I felt in that moment being so powerful that I went from inebriated to alert in a single breath. I took two. The first, the sigh of shock. The second was rooted in solution. I remember being adamant about living abroad, alone again for the third time against my mother's will. I remember confronting fear, then dispelling fear. The burglary made me a wiser traveler. I remember mommy giving me her blessing in that caring and cautious way that mothers who understand their determined, free-spirited children do. She loved me, so she let me go.
Ooh, that part.
I remember before San Pedro, there was Bloomsbury, London. My late auntie's brother Austin lived in Brixton. It's where the Jamaicans reside in the city. I remember Brixton. Bloomsbury is a 20-minute train ride from Brixton. I don't know why, but I remember. I remember the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica, Limon, Puerto Viejo, Manzanillo. I remember that region of the country feeling like home. I remember the bakery down the road from Andy's that served fresh bun and gazada daily. I remember Andy's pronunciation of my phonetic, multisyllabic, mythological Greek name being laced with a little extra flavor. I remember the cadence of the dialect they spoke in that region of the country sounding familiar. It was melodic. I remember calling it reggae Spanish and then later learning that Jamaicans migrated to Limon in the 1800s to build a railroad that connected the capital city of San Jose to the port of the Caribbean Sea. I remember Andy was touched. Andy had superpowers. Andy knew the streets of Limon. Andy protected me. I remember the aroma of fresh thyme and coconut in the arroz con gandules that I always ordered with pescado frito from that one spot on the beach that juggled 90s dance hall on Wednesday nights. I remember the Costa Rican sky being covered in too many stars to count. I remember because I remember sitting in the dark on the damp sand trying incessantly to count them. I remember the howling monkeys just before dawn, surfers in Tamarindo, Pura Vida, snapshots of Playa Conchal. I remember weekend trips to Paris, Venice, and Barcelona, girls' trips to Brazil, Croatia, and the Dominican Republic. I remember traveling in love through Greece and a mismatched love imploding in Bangkok. I remember my melanated kinfolk in Cali, Colombia. I remember line dancing, street dances, and trying my tongue at Portuguese in Rio de Janeiro. I remember drinking fresh water from a well in the rainforest and the militia over police in the favelas. I remember hurting for my people. I remember pitching travel stories to Essence and years later being recruited to influence and oversee the brand's global lifestyle vertical. I remember reaching back and pulling forward. I remember leaning on divine order. I remember my devotion to going and seeing, stretching and evolving, exploring and learning, often being misunderstood. I remember not caring enough to let it stop me. I remember that missionary trip to Loíza, Puerto Rico that introduced me to the transformative powers of travel. I remember road trips shaping my childhood. I traveled because I was called to. Going is a central theme in my life's journey. The depth of a destination, the distinctive beauty of its people, the culture, uncovering the parts unknown, and then coming home to share those stories so that others will be inspired to go is why I go and why I will keep going. Thank you, Karmia, and the entire I Am Cultured family. Thank you for seeing me. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. To God be the glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Marissa Shields.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So again, my name is Melissa Shields, and I'm here to talk about mentorship. So mentorship, by introducing youth to new experiences and sharing positive values, mentors can help young people achieve success. In the fall of 2020, we were presented with the task: how do we provide mentorship opportunities to our student ambassadors while socially distancing? We used one of the greatest tools at our disposal, Zoom. Through video conferencing, our students participated in one-on-one goal-setting meetings, monthly goal check-ins, and monthly mentor meetings. At the beginning of each month, our ambassadors met with Ms. Karmia and myself, Ms. Melissa, for action planning and goal check-ins. Midway through the month, our ambassadors not only met with Ms. Karmia and myself, but also with volunteer mentors. Our student ambassadors informed us of their career areas of interest, and we matched each ambassador with mentors from their fields. The fields that the students expressed to us range from nursing to animal science, psychology, medicine, business, and accounting. Questions were answered, and each month, new action steps were implemented. These monthly mentor-mentee meetings help to prepare our scholars, not only for college, but also life after college. Our student ambassadors' involvement in the mentorship program assists in their preparation for travel. It also prepares them for being a global citizen and members of our broader international community. Our mentors engaged our youth to understand all aspects of their lives and interests. To our mentors, thank you for pouring in to our future leaders.
to travel different parts of the world whenever I get a chance.
I definitely want to be seen as an inspiration. No matter who it's to, I just want to be influential in someone's life. Like, I want someone to feel motivated by what I do.
In the future, I see myself as someone who's working in the healthcare field and someone who is very dedicated to their work. I see myself working as a doctor in my own clinic in an impoverished community where I will be able to help those who cannot afford quality health care.
I see myself as a Howard University student. However, in the long-term future, I see myself as a psychiatrist.
I see myself going to college and being on the best pathway to become a physician assistant specialized in obstetrics and gynecology. I also see myself coming and giving back to the same organization and people that have given me so much.
presence here is a testament to her work, because I came from Mexico for this. And I'm heading back. I have to leave my hotel at 4:30 a.m. But I came because I think the work of I Am Cultured is so incredibly important, and what you're doing for young people is so incredibly important. And we were supposed to be doing this last year, but we had to pivot, and I'm just so glad that I was able to work it out. So thank you so much for having me here. I was actually at the very first I Am Cultured Gala. A friend of mine was speaking, and so I was here, and I was like, wow, this is such an incredible mission. So when she reached out to me last year to do the keynote, I said, of course, like, I love it. So thank you to everyone who's here. Congratulations to all the other honorees, and congratulations to the students to just be able to be a part of such an amazing program. I'm really afraid to go over my time because I'm like, can I get a 5-minute warning, please? Okay, so I made some notes, but we're gonna freestyle a little bit. But I just want to start by saying, to travel means to go from one place to another. It just really means to leave your home. So I think, you know, in 2019, it was the height of global tourism, and we became really obsessed with passport stamps. But truly, you can travel within your own cities, within your own state, within your own country. So I hope if 2020 taught us anything else, it's that we don't necessarily need a passport stamp to experience something new. We just need to leave our homes. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, to Ugandan immigrants. And I've been traveling internationally since I was 4 years old. The first country I went to was Canada, a country which I now look at every morning when I wake up, but I'm actually in my house in Detroit. In the last 33 years, I have been to 195 countries and 11 territories. And I visited 90 of these countries and territories solo. When I was 6, I traveled to Uganda for the first time. And I spent time in my mother's village in Uganda. So rural Uganda, it's a place where there is no electricity and no running water. And at that young age, it was such a joy to be there. It was a joy to play with the farm animals. And granted, I was there in 2017 and I was still chasing baby pigs with my cousins. But that experience of going to the village at such a young age, it really had an impact on like my understanding that people live differently all over the world. So it's not better or worse, it's just different. Yeah. You know, luckily I was able to visit my family in February of 2020, right before everything shut down. And, you know, I still don't go there and like, oh my God, I'm so sad, you have no running water or electricity. It's just that they lack material wealth, but they don't lack anything else. They have land, they have access to food. And so I really feel like going there at such a young age and continuing to go over the years has really impacted the way that I see the world and the way that I travel. Because of that understanding, I travel to every country in the world, being conscious of not putting value judgments on the places that I'm going and not putting value judgments on the cultures that I'm experiencing. It's not, oh, this is better than that, this is good, this is bad. Everything is different, everything is unique, and everything deserves to exist on its own with respect. So I believe that to be a good traveler, one must travel with an open mind. You should never go to a place to confirm what you think you knew. I know a lot of people got their master's degree in things that they learned on the internet, but save your dissertation and really just travel with an open mind. When you're traveling, go ask questions. You know, try to learn from the people who are there rather than saying, oh, isn't this how this is? Isn't this how that is? No, just go and ask questions and be a continuous learner, a continuous student of life. I think that it's only with an open mind that you can truly gain the value of travel, because we shouldn't just be traveling for travel's sake. I love a good beach. Trust me, I love a good beach. But I think that so much of travel is learning about the culture and learning how people live in different places. For me, it's my curiosity with how people live all over the world that led me on a journey to visit every single country in the world, which is actually insane. I can't believe I did that. So my platform is all about responsible storytelling, non-patronizing, conscious, and luxury travel, and also making travel feel accessible. I truly believe that everyone everywhere should feel like the world is their oyster. No matter your gender, race, nationality, religion, body type, sexual orientation, or anything else that the world defines how they see you, none of that matters when it comes to travel. The world is for all of us, you know? So you don't have to ask, is this country safe for black people? Is this country safe for gay people? Is this country safe for women? Is it good for solo travel? Just go everywhere that you want to go with positive energy, and the world will receive you in that way. The only way that I was able to survive traveling to all of these countries is because of the kindness of strangers. You know, 90 countries on my own, many of which I didn't speak the language, but I was always met by a kind person who was willing to help me. You know, a lot of those countries, people definitely didn't look like me. I went to Russia solo. It was amazing. It's not bad for black people. Eastern Europe is okay for us. So it's all about having, you know, an open mind and having really positive energy when you travel. This is just a side note. I've never had food poisoning. And I like to say that my stomach is coated in positive energy. And I eat all of the street food. So 2020 was crazy. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but we just survived a pandemic. So shout out to us. And so, you know, a lot of people have asked, like, how does someone who travels so much survive a pandemic? In 2019, I took 170 flights and I flew over 250,000 miles, right? Wow. And then 2020 happened. But even before the pandemic, I'd already taken 20 flights before mid-March and been to 5 countries. I was fine, y'all. I'm super adaptable. And so for me, I sat still for 2 months. I didn't get on a plane, which is the longest time in the last decade that I went without getting on a plane. And I was like, this is so nice. I understand why people have homes and live in them. So in 2020, I spent more time in my house in 2020 than I did the previous 3 years combined. So I bought my place in 2017, and I had not spent that much time there. So I'm into it. I'm into like slow life and all of that. And then after 2 months, I snuck down to Miami for my birthday. But I think, you know, in life, it's all about the pivot. So in June or July, I convinced Cadillac to give me a free Escalade. And in 3.5 months, I put 12,000 miles on their car. And I did a road trip around the US. And it was amazing. And I think we take for granted the diversity in America, right? So everyone's like, oh, I gotta get a passport, I gotta get these stamps, but there's so much diversity in the country. Like I hung out with black cowboys in Oklahoma. I went to Maine and New England, and I ate too many oysters in Rhode Island. And, you know, I went down south. I learned about the Geechee and Gullah culture down in Charleston. America is just so rich with culture and history, so if you don't necessarily have the opportunity to go overseas, we can just explore our backyard. America is one of the biggest and most diverse countries in the entire world, and so don't take for granted what you can find in your own backyard. And also, it's okay to travel to all 50 states as a black person. Okay? People in Maine are really nice. And so it's interesting because I finally, in December last year, I snuck out of the country. I went to Senegal and hung out with some friends for New Year's. And at that time, because I snuck out, I didn't want, because I have such a public profile, I didn't want to be seen as like promoting international travel. It felt too soon. So I didn't post anything from my trip, and it was amazing because I've been public for so long that I forgot what it was like to just enjoy where I am. and not have to focus on, oh my God, I gotta post this on Insta stories and I need to get video and I gotta get content. And it was just so nice to just be in the moment. So what I charge all of you with, I think, is just being in the moment. Like, it's great to share, but if it's not your job, who cares? Just enjoy the experience that you're having. That's so scared, so I'm gonna close it up. But there's just a few thoughts that I want to leave you guys with. Number one, create the life you want to live. I worked corporate. I used to work for a pharmaceutical company. Then I taught English in Japan. Then I worked for the UN. Then I worked for a consulting firm. And after all of that, I was like, I don't want to do any of it. So for me, I'm constantly chasing my freedom. My freedom of time, my location independence, every single thing. I just want to wake up every single day and have the best day of my life. And that's what I've done for myself. And you can too. So I'm a firm believer that every single thing you need inside of you to create the life you want to live, you already have it. It's already with you. So if you're in a relationship, if you're at a job that you hate, whatever it is, like, just leave. Just leave. Life is too short. If 2020 taught us nothing else, life is too short. Do what makes you happy. Do what fills you with so much joy that you want to burst. The other thing is the importance of the tribe. The people that you surround yourself with. I'm so lucky that two of my friends are here, Jason and Yanqui. Thanks for coming, guys. But you have to surround yourself with people that inspire you. And as you continue to evolve, you'll lose some friends. That's okay. You won't be as close to some family members. That's okay. Because you literally have one life to live. I believe it was the great philosopher Drake. YOLO, and that it's so real. This time is finite, okay? Live for yourself, okay? Don't live for your parents. Don't live for what.
Wow, she better work it, get it, go. But before we close it out, because we never close, we're always beginning something. There's no such thing as closing when we always win. But before we begin again, Karmia, darling, get on up here, darling. Because it's a very powerful night, darling, and we done made it through so much. Get up here, sweetheart. You better work it, get it, go. She better work it. She better. My dear, my love, my sweetheart. So proud. So proud. Look at all of these. Look at everybody here in attendance. In spite of everything, they're here with you because of you. From the top to the bottom to the middle. Bless you, darling. Come on, darling. Y'all better come on up, I Am C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D, and give her some love.
I know everybody's ready to go, but before we close, like she said, we have one more very special individual to recognize. Our founder and executive director, Karmia Berry. The amount of hours and care that she pours into this organization are countless, and there's no one that leads every day with more passion than she does. Each of us on this team, and I'm sure many of you, have witnessed her impact in a multitude of ways. And I believe we've all been inspired by her vision and aspirations for what is truly a life-changing program for the young lives that we touch. She has approached every obstacle and trust that there have been many as an opportunity to overcome. When we're thrown a curveball, she pivots. She's 3 steps ahead while also being thoughtfully present. She leads with her whole heart and does not rest until every detail of our students' experience is perfect. To know her is to know that there are countless things that I can say about this woman, but Karmia, on behalf of our entire team, we want you to know that your work does not go unnoticed. We appreciate you and we thank you for the tireless commitment that you continue to make to this organization. You are the ultimate global citizen and we thank you.
I feel like I already said enough tonight, but no, truly this is an honor and completely unexpected. It has been a lot of obstacles, but I'm so grateful to God. I'm grateful for my team, grateful for my mother. There was an opportunity that my mother provided for me. I will keep this very short. I was one of 2 students of color that traveled with an organization at 11 years old. I went to Australia and New Zealand. There was no mentorship with that program. It was just an opportunity to travel because of my mother, my parents, and so for this I thank you. I look forward to seeing I Am C.U.L.T.U.R.E.D continue to grow. And that's all I'm going to say. I appreciate it. Okay, now it's time to party. Enjoy the night, everybody. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gustavo Segura, Minister of Tourism of Costa Rica, and I say hola and pura vida. Pura vida means full of life, and is a phrase we use to greet one another and as an expression of happiness. So I can honestly say to you, pura vida. I am delighted to hear that you will be traveling to Costa Rica soon. This small country, located in Central America, has been blessed by Mother Nature. Costa Rica is a year-round destination, home to 30 national parks, 6 active volcanoes, and 95,000 registered species, which make up more than 6% of the world's biodiversity. Our unique landscapes, such as rainforests, waterfalls, volcanoes, mountains, and beaches, allow for all different types of activities. From nature and adventure to wellness and culture, there is truly something for everyone. And as a Tico, as a Costa Rican, I feel it is important to share how proud I am of my heritage and our country's traditions. During your trip, I hope you will get to know other ticos. This is the term we use for locals, and listen to their stories and experiences. By visiting local communities, you can see and experience life as a tico and learn about our history. I cannot wait to hear about your experiences and wish you all the best in this beautiful country. I only ask that you leave Costa Rica better than you found it, take care of our nature and wildlife, so that others can experience its beauty too. Pura vida.